Hey guys, this is DeLeon, and I'm so excited to talk to a special guest today, but I was totally going to butcher his last name, so I'm going to let him introduce himself.
What's up, guys? It's Carson Lueders.
Okay, so just so you guys know, you guys will see it in the lower thirds. I definitely thought it was Lueders. What other mispronunciation do you get?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot. It's usually Lueders, because that's kind of what it sounds like. It's actually German, because that's kind of what my ethnicity is. So it's pronounced Leaders. People say Lueders. I've had Lueders. I've had a bunch of different ones.
Lueders.
Yeah.
That sounds fancy.
Yeah.
Lueders.
Like Lueder.
Well,
Yeah.
how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. So I have so much I want to talk to you about. We have everything, from your career with music, your new single. So we're going to dive into all that. But
Absolutely.
I first want to talk about, where did your love for music come from? I know it started all the way back to when you were 5. So let's talk about that.
I think my love for music began at a really young age when I started seeing people that my parents listened to on TV perform live music. So I think one of the first ones that I actually remember was Keith Urban.
Okay.
And he's always just been like a huge role model to me and an inspiration in music. So definitely Keith Urban. And the funny thing about that is he actually reached out with the producers of The View to my parents. Wow. And they surprised me in New York City and had me come up on The View, and I performed live with Keith.
Wait. Did they know you were a fan of Keith Urban, or just
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm like, how did this?
So I was
incredible.
actually posting covers of his songs on YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. And I think one of the videos on Facebook got like 50,000 shares or something. Or maybe it was like 30,000. But anyways, the point is that they contacted us, brought us out to New York, and we had a great time. I was starstruck. Like, I didn't really know what to do. They were like calling me on stage, and I was like, oh, okay. Handed me a guitar. Next thing you know, I was singing with him.
Wait, so what was your reaction when you found out this was even going to happen?
I was really nervous because, anytime you're in the same room as your music icon, I mean, he was just an idol, and I was looking up to him so much at the time that I really just wanted to be like him, play guitar. To the point I would mimic like everything he did. Like, I'd be staring at the TV, like I didn't even know what he was doing adjusting his mic, but I would just go back and
pretend.
Do it. And it was really funny. So definitely fell in love with country music first.
Yeah.
And then when I started getting a little bit older, I definitely transitioned back into pop and obviously hip hop now.
Yes. What's something we don't know about Keith Urban? Give me a fun Keith Urban fact.
Something you don't know about Keith Urban? I would just say he knows how to literally like match anything on a guitar. So, I mean, obviously people probably know that because he's so talented, but I was like, how did he do that on live television? Even looking back, I had a capo on, like I changed the key of his song, I screwed up the lyrics, yet he was still able to like play no capo, anything. I mean, you give that guy a guitar, he could probably play anything you played for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's an incredible moment.
Yeah.
I did not know that, so it's amazing.
It's pretty awesome.
So you brought up how, you learned how to play the guitar and you would mimic. So are there any other instruments you know how to play?
Yeah, I was actually playing the saxophone in middle school band. And then I had my guitar, played drums, piano, pretty much all of that.
Which was the hardest instrument to learn?
I would say the hardest instrument for me was definitely piano.
Piano?
Yeah. Piano was a little bit harder, but drums and guitar, I think it was kind of like second nature to me.
Yeah.
And obviously that's where I kind of claim that musical talent.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about how, your covers on YouTube. So when did you start doing that?
I started posting covers from a fairly early age. I think I was 7 when I started uploading. I think we had a couple videos from when I was
videos at 7.
When I was younger too, but it was more my parents. I mean, my mom just enjoyed.
Yeah.
My mom enjoyed filming me sing, and I wrote a song about my dog. My dog Buddy is what it was called. So those were some of the fewer earlier videos that are up there. So yeah, I mean, I just started doing covers of songs I liked. My sister would be like, hey, Carson, you should sing this new Justin Bieber song. And boom, like a couple 100,000 views. So, I mean, it was just slowly growing. And I think there was a point where I was like 12 years old and getting like 50,000 views a day.
How do you even like, because even back then when there's no Instagram, no TikTok, no any of that, and YouTube, that's a big deal to get that many views.
I think there wasn't many people doing it at the time, so I think that's what kind of set me aside. And obviously the blonde hair, I mean, kind of not a lot of people.
Would you be the person like refreshing the video just to see the views keep
going
up?
Oh no, I didn't even care about the views, because I mean, when I first started making those videos, I was just like, oh yeah, I'll do this for you, Mom. And then she can share it with her friends and put it on her Facebook. And then next thing you know, thousands of girls are watching it from all around the world. And I think I didn't really like notice it that much attention until later in life.
What age do you think you realized that?
Probably when I made my first original song. The last week I was 10 years old.
Okay.
So I mean, I guess a little bit older, but not really that old.
Still, that's incredible. From 7, you're already recording the covers, and then 10, you write your own original. I don't think I knew how to write anything. Like by age 10.
Yeah, it was weird for me. I mean, I think it all just came kind of natural. So.
Absolutely. Well, I do want to definitely highlight your social media platforms. So it's like, I think in total you're at what, like 15 million across everything?
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, yeah, I looked and it was like, okay, how do you even manage that, and even how do you even grow that, or any social media advice?
The biggest social media that's the most important to me right now is like Spotify and Apple Music. And I guess that's not really social media because you're just, I mean, it's just music. But I love Instagram, I love TikTok and stuff like that. I think the biggest way to manage that is just to post and try and make the most real content you can. And I think that's my biggest piece of advice to anyone trying to get into any certain industry is just make sure that your brand is what you're building at the end of the day, because you have so much, you have something that's very valuable if you do it right.
Absolutely.
And I think just being consistent with connecting with your fans or connecting with your supporters if you're in a different industry. So yeah, just staying on top of it.
Yes. So let's talk about your single Toxic featuring Quavo. Okay, so first we have to talk about how did that collaboration come about?
So initially, my manager had sat next to him on the plane, and they started kind of chopping it up a little bit, and it was very natural. You know, Quavo is a very friendly guy, very respectable, and he was just talking to him a little bit, and then they actually FaceTimed me once they landed.
Wow.
And because he was talking to him about me, and Quavo actually recognized who I was from a picture that was like 4 years before. And I think I met him in Atlanta with Jermaine Dupri while we were doing Rap Game. I wasn't on Rap Game, I was just with Jermaine as he was filming it. So I was there when they first brought on the Migos. So he saw the photo and he was like, oh, that's Carson. Yeah, I remember him. And we actually got on FaceTime and we sent him Toxic, and he really enjoyed the song Toxic. So he decided he would hop on it. So
were you thrown off when you got the FaceTime call?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it at all. I just thought he was just saying, hey, I landed, and all of a sudden it's Quavo. But I mean, Quavo is a really, friendly guy. He's doesn't have, that. He's just a regular guy at the end of the day, and I really like that about him. Yeah,
Quavo, very genuine. So you also just dropped the video recently. So I love that it's a very, you're at a house, but mainly like by the pool. But it's a very like summer, just you want to go and party. I
think what we were trying to do with the music video was try and relate to that fun, not teen but young adult vibe. It's the first video, we're showing a little bit more of the girls getting up in age. I'm 21 years old, so we're trying to just make it fun yet still respectful. And I thought it was good. I thought it turned out great. We had a blast shooting that music video. The location was beautiful. And the funny thing about that location is we went over time just a tad, and the next artist that booked that spot was Dababy.
Oh, wow.
So his whole entourage was like waiting outside like this.
How late were you? Like,
I've been like
5 minutes?
No, we were probably like 20, 30, 40 minutes late.
Oh, that's not terrible. And usually, within the
music, we had to pay for it, which was fun, but I was just like, oh shit, like there's
the baby. No, it's a really beautiful location. And one thing I really liked about the music video was that there was parts of you and Quavo where you guys are virtual characters while the girls are playing the game. So
Yes.
it's like, what are some of your favorite video games to play?
Well, we were really excited to introduce that whole metaverse
Yeah.
theme where we were cartoons, and to connect it into the video games was awesome. I love video games. I'm actually really big into sports right now.
Okay.
So anything to do with basketball, whether it's NBA 2K or Madden 23, those football or basketball is what I love. But you know, there's nothing better than controlling someone in a video game. It's always fun. You can do whatever you want. So
It is. It really is.
especially when you're rapping too.
Yes, also. What I really love is you told me the story about, Keith Urban,
Yeah.
and then Quavo, and then now I feel like just your whole life and just your story, it's just these interesting things where it's like, it's just meant to happen.
Yeah.
And I love hearing stories like that.
And I
It's
think
like,
the big thing about that is if everything is genuine, then what's meant to happen will happen, Even with people like Floyd Mayweather is another
Yes,
friend of
I heard
mine. I had met Floyd and I traveled with him a little bit in New York about 4 or 5 years ago, again, when I was really young, getting into the music industry. And to go back to Floyd now and call him a friend is really a blessing because, relationships are everything.
yes, they are.
And you got to stay on top of, what you say, what you do, who you are, and how you act. So that's why I feel like it's really important to stay close with your circle of people.
Yeah. Is there any advice that Floyd or anybody gave you while pursuing this
Absolutely,
career? Yes.
yeah. Floyd is a wise man. He knows how to read people really well. So he definitely just told me to keep my head on straight and stay out of trouble. Just because of so many people in the industry. Hollywood is a scary place, so you can get into, some scary situations if you're not careful. Yeah. So whether that's, drugs, fame, girls, everything is just kind of thrown at you in Hollywood. So he's very good, and I kind of call him like a uncle in some way because he's very, he cares about you.
Mm-hmm. So well, that's really great. So what I like to do for any single or any project that drops is I like to pull my favorite lyrics and ask a question based off of that. So
awesome.
I have a few of them.
Hey.
First one, only fell in love because she toxic, got me by a string, she a locksmith. What are the signs of someone who is toxic?
Oh man, that's a very nice question. So
a very nice question.
I think that some of the signs of a person that can be toxic, I'm not just calling girls toxic because guys are toxic too, right? So this goes both ways in a relationship. I think when you're toxic, obviously maybe being a little disrespectful, not in a bad way, but maybe if you're just not communicating with the person or if something's going on in that relationship where it could be considered toxic. For another example, you could say maybe a girl, I'll say that because I'm a guy, but maybe a girl wearing something revealing, oh, she's toxic. Or maybe a guy that always takes his shirt off, oh, he's toxic. But we wanted to put a fun spin on it rather than a negative term on it, that I only fell in love because she is toxic. We wanted to spin it in that way, and that's why I thought that lyric was pretty catchy in my head. And they got me by a string, she a locksmith is just an example that no matter how toxic she can be, you're always there because you like that about her.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you did say, you're like, hey, toxic goes for both guys and girls. So
Absolutely.
What is your most toxic trait?
My most toxic trait? Oh man, I hate to say it, but probably just not looking at someone if I'm in the middle of something. Like, for example, my mom, whenever I don't look at her and I'm in the middle of posting something or replying to something and she's having a full conversation with me and I just don't give her that eye contact, sometimes she's like, hey, put the phone down.
You got to give mom the eye contact.
I don't know if that's necessarily toxic. I mean,
that's it. The fact that you had a response to that, that's what I love about it, because it's like it's not toxic in a bad way, but it's something where it's like, hey, you can work on that. If you know,
I would say the other toxic thing for me is just doing reckless stuff. Like whether that's like, I guess it's more toxic for myself, but I mean, if you really think about it, we are inhaling toxic chemicals every day. We're eating toxic foods. We're in toxic situations where, I mean, you're on an airplane sharing air with hundreds of people. That's toxic. You feel me? So it goes everywhere. So
What's your favorite toxic food?
oh man, I think I gotta keep it real and just say Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. What's your go-to order at Taco Bell?
Man, that new steak burrito they got is crazy, man. They got the double steak cheese with the rice and the Fritos in it. Man, shout out to Taco Bell. I love them.
I didn't even know they had that.
It's fire.
Taco Bell
You should
got rid
try
of
it.
everything I liked, so I haven't gone there.
What did you like,
I
the
mean, literally,
quesarito?
I liked the grilled steak taco.
Okay.
Gone.
Well, they got a new one.
So the one you talked about,
Yeah, it's
so I'm going
good.
to try that. And then the caramel apple empanadas, gone. I don't know
Damn,
why.
That was always a good one.
Yeah,
I
they got
didn't
rid
even
of it.
think about that. I always
got
used to
rid of it.
get, well, I love the Cinnabon Delights.
Those are good too, but that caramel apple empanada was the best, and they got rid of it. I tried to make, my version of it.
Do they have
Didn't
those
work.
at McDonald's?
No.
Damn.
And McDonald's, I don't know if this is a California thing or LA thing. McDonald's got rid of the strawberry sundaes. Like they're just like, we're just out of strawberries. And I'm like, how do you run out of strawberries?
Yeah, get some more
So, yeah.
strawberries. Come on, McDonald's. We got to get toxic up in here.
Yeah, so those are, now I'm hungry again. Next line, I ain't messing with her if she childish. What are ways of being childish?
Hey, I mean, a lot of people can be childish. I can be childish. A lot of times I act a lot younger than my age, and I think that shows in my personality. But I think, if a girl's being childish, like taking pictures or just always on their phone, Snapchatting, Instagram Live, just doing childish stuff. No, I mean, maybe it's more of how she acts if it's interacting with your friends. Maybe she could just be like acting childish in front of your friends, and it's like, I ain't messing with her if she's childish.
And that's what I loved about the song, because even though, to society, like toxic is bad, but I did like your spin on it, and it is
Thank you.
very upbeat and fun song that you do want to, it's like celebrating toxic stuff, but it's like I had to ask those different aspects of it, so that's amazing. Well, you seem very, grounded and genuine, so I want to ask if there's a life lesson you could give to anybody who's watching this video, what would it be?
Yeah, if there's a life lesson, I would say don't get hung up on the little things and focus on the big picture. I think that's something that goes for any career or any passion that you have. Stay focused at the end of the day. If you want something, go do it and try it out, because you only learn if you fail. So if you can fail to learn, you can learn in so many different ways, but put yourself out there. Especially if you're in the music industry, say don't listen to the haters. There's always, if you get hate, you're doing something right. So help yourself and just put yourself out there, and you never know what's gonna happen.
That is the best advice to end the interview on. Well, before I let you go, that was the end of the interview, but I do have a gift for you.
Oh, you have a gift?
Let's see if
Oh,
you can
wow.
have
I
the-
appreciate that. I'm excited. I love gifts.
These are some bags for you.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm curious if you want to open them. So I try to guess what colors you would like. So
Oh,
we'll see
wow.
if I got it. Watch, it's like completely wrong.
No,
I was trying to match the.
Oh, I see blue. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
What were
so
you trying to
that's
match?
I just looked on your Instagram. I'm like, okay, I see some bright colors, but then I saw like black, so I'm like, I'm just gonna do the black and the blue.
I have a lot of black. This blue
Yeah.
is, oh wow.
So it's a fanny pack, and then this is a messenger bag.
Thank you so much. I
yes.
appreciate it. This is
Yeah.
sick. This is like, I could put a computer, iPad in this.
Oh yeah, you
Would
could
be
definitely
great.
fit an iPad in there.
That's
They're actually
dope.
spacious when they're actually, like when they're flat, it doesn't look like they're as spacious, but when you actually put stuff.
Thank
it's
you
good.
so
yes,
much. I
so
really
yes.
appreciate it.
No problem.
That's amazing.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it was so great to talk to you. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
all of your success.
Thank you.
Looking forward to what more you do in the future, so let everybody know where they can follow you and listen to Toxic and all your music.
You can follow me basically any social media. It's just my name, Carson, Carson. Lueders is Lueders. Carson Lueders, pretty much all platforms.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Let's get it.